Okay, I have a Santa Claus that I made, and then made it with paper clay. Just tied the arms on it because I wanted a 3D effect. And hold on a minute. And so I wanted to see if I can zoom up a little bit. Just show you my process of painting this little angel guy. Let me see if I can get the light to shine down here a little bit better. There we go. It's funny. It wants me to tag the face. Well, I think even though yellow is not a Christmas color, I'm going to start the base off here, you know, all down here in yellow. And I have not done this, you know, I've painted before, of course, but I haven't painted this object before. No, this is the first time painting this Santa. I did add I had some extra distress ink, and so I decided to add that to this project. So I like this yellow right here, and I'm just going to cover the whole base in this yellow. I'm just going to because I don't want to take away from the green that I already did. And this is a very dry brush. Very dry. No, I didn't wet it. And this has been sitting, I made this on my link to show, which I can post on my YouTube site. So you can watch how to paint this paper clay, how to make it. I made it with a Pepsi bottle, if you could see it in there. And anyway, it's been a while since I made a YouTube video because I've been doing my link to classes, and just the holiday season, and so I wanted to make you a video, and I thought this would be perfect. Because I'm doing yellow because I want to show the green, and plus I want to be able to see the extra items that I add to it. You know, I want to be able to see all the details, and the yellow will definitely show the details. And I don't fast forward my videos. I'll add 3 or 4 so you could see the whole process rather than fast forwarding my videos. It's just the way I prefer to do things. So, because I like those better, the ones that you can sit down and listen to the artist and paint along with them. So I guess we're all different. And I've gotten so accustomed to talking and describing what I'm doing. I don't know what would happen if I couldn't do that. It'd be pretty weird, me creating a project without talking. The only thing is when you don't use a wet brush, it uses more of the paint. And I go through these paints probably quicker than most, but not too quickly. I know. Yellow, a Christmas color. It's my Christmas color. This is just going to turn into a background color anyway when I'm done with it. Do I know right now what I'm going to do? Nope. I'm just going to go with it right now. I'm just going to keep creating until this project looks the way I want it to. I must like this yellow because it's almost gone. Well, mostly gone, I should say, not almost. Because it's not almost, but mostly. Does that make sense? Oh, gosh. And so I'm going to color everything, his arms, not necessarily his face or his hat. I just want like this robe here, his dress. Santa wears a dress. Didn't you know that? My Santa does. And I don't care if I get the ribbon, get yellow on it. It doesn't matter to me. If I didn't want it on there, I wouldn't have added it on there. Oh, I do mind if I get yellow on his bed, though. Oops. I could fix that when it dries. There's a lot of texture on this on because I was using clay and didn't decide that I didn't like all the cracks in it, so I went over it with paper clay just so I could get a cleaner look. Some of that clay, that's, you know, it's fun to make stuff with it, but then when it starts cracking on you, it can be annoying. You know, that's what I like to use, the paper clay. And there's a clay that they have just at Walmart. And that's a pretty good clay too. To smooth it out, I just add water and no cracks at all. So I like their Walmart clay. They come in a, I don't know if it's a 2-pound block or a 1-pound block, but whenever they have it, I buy it. I like it. I like it, my clay. I know he has yellow arms, but I'm gonna fix that. I just want the whole thing to have a yellow background, and as I told you, I have some yellow on the ribbon, but it doesn't bother me not one bit. I'm probably just gonna paint the whole thing yellow and paint over it the color I want, and that way any parts I'm going to use it, like try to get into all the cracks and stuff. So even though I'll have a red hat, you'll see little bits of yellow in the cracks. So I'm going kind of heavy, trying to get into the cracks, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to be painting other colors over it, but I want to be able to see little bits of yellow throughout the Santa. So I'm going to put this on thick. And plus it's going to leave a texture. When it dries, it's going to leave kind of a texture to it because I'm putting it on thick. See if I could show you that texture up close. I don't know if, so yeah, there it is. You could see like that texture in it. The brush strokes, I like that a lot. And you could seal up when you clump. There's a spot I forgot, but I'm just gonna clump it up with the paint, and then when I go over it, it's gonna be just fine. I hate it when I forget that, when I go over it and miss a spot like that, but when you do this and you add thick paint to it, it'll take a little while to dry, but it will smooth right out for you. I'm not going to go over the face, but I am going to go over the hat area. I'm just trying to even it out. See, I don't mind that some of his face has, well, I do mind that his cheeks, but I'll be counting, doing that another color. And just make sure I've got all the nooks and crannies. Because just so that, you know, whatever nook and cranny I don't have, that's what's not going to be the other color too. So I want to make sure that it has a pretty good coat on it and that it's everywhere. Kind of flat on top, but I needed to make the bottom way more than the top, and so I had to cheap out on the head. It's still cute. Okay, now it needs to dry. And then when I come back, I can start distressing it, adding, you know, other colors to it. It's gonna, you know, you might be thinking, oh my goodness, a yellow Santa, what is she thinking? But it's gonna work itself out. I just have faith in myself. Because I'll keep going and going and going until this is done. So, yeah.